Hello everyone, in this video we will show you a tournament tutorial on the tournament Vanguard. Okay, so the battle map we have is Northern Transit. Okay, let's start. So you see initially what we have. We usually have everything as it occurs, but you see we are surrounded by defensive buildings, 2 platforms on each side, 2 allied power plants, and 4 barracks guarding our base. So this is what happens in a Vanguard tournament. We are taking the containers, resource containers, like any normal tournament, but what you see, I immediately switch into a common production boost, and without making 3 supply centers went into HQ level 3 because capturing these flags will be very much important. Each of these flags provides you units, and they provides you units very frequently, and after you hold them for a few while, their units will be so great. So by trying to capture the flags, I actually missed some of the important containers. So I am far behind in terms of collecting the containers. That's also a fact. Okay, let's fast forward. So now you see we all collected the flags. Now you see what came. 3 assault and 3 allied assault came from these flags, and also 3 allied assault came out from this flag as well. And since I collected the middle one a little bit late, so the 3 assault coming out of this flag will come a little bit late. Now once they came, they were immediately killed down by the allied sniper towers of the enemy. The enemy is now trying to capture the flags quickly, but as you know, as I said, the units that these flags provide, they provide very frequently. You saw? So before even they destroyed all of my units, the allied units came. So in order to getting this flag back, you need to attack with lots of units so that you can collect it with one shot. Because if you continuously supplying units, that's going to be a very disadvantage, because this flag will continuously provide units to the player who captures it. And that's why I am pretty much confident, and you see I basically am not doing anything, just developing my base. I sacrificed my resources and the resource containers initially to capture the flags. And now what I will do is just sit around and we'll see these infantry is just coming. So in the first few batches, you see there will be just 3 assaults coming, but later on the units will become heavier. You see now there are 2 heavy assault and 1 assault, and this will be sequence here, 2 heavy assault and 1 assault. But here there are still, you can find 3 assault because I captured this flag late. So the sequence become more heavier when you capture a flags for a longer time. But if the enemy recaptures a flag that you have already captured, then that flag will start giving from level 1 infantry. So that's gonna make reset the unit order, and you will not get heavy units again. Now here you see what the enemy is trying to do. He actually successfully managed to capture this flag. I will just make an attack and recapture it, and he had a lot of hard time doing it. I just had a few infantry, but I still managed to do that successfully. Now 2 infantry tried to go inside and scout, but they were on poor HP, so that bunker took care of them. So I am holding all the flags, and now he added 1 additional sniper towers so that at least his allied sniper towers can last longer. He cannot, no way he can repair his allied sniper towers. This will keep on being damaged, and soon they will be overpowered by the allied units. Sooner or later this will happen. Now you see what happens here. We got assault and heavy assault. So that's a surprise because the unit's order did not become resetted. Okay, now he sent some hawks. I had been going easy so far, and I was actually feeling very sad actually that he had to he was actually trying quite hard, and I was doing nothing, but still I was the guy who was always on the offensive because of the allied units. But I think I need to start making my attacks as well. He's retreating, quite smart. Now you see these are the first batches of units from this flag of the enemy allied units, 3 riflemen, 3 allied riflemen, and they will keep coming very frequently. So now we are encountering at the middle flag 1 Zeus of ours versus 1 Jaguars of the enemy. We will try to capture it, but you see, as we try to do it, another 3 riflemen came, so the units come very frequently, and you can imagine what happens when one player captures this flag for a long time, like you see 12 minutes, and now they started to provide us 1 assault, 2 heavy assaults, and 1 fortress and 1 Zeus, and once this formation starts coming, this will keep coming forever. So that's the very devastating news for the enemy. And you see, it's not like you handle 1 Zeus, you see how frequently they're sent. The first two, this first fortress and Zeus was manipulated by the enemy units, and they went into this way. This is the second branch, and this is the third branch, and you see how frequently they are coming. And you can just imagine what happens if some level 3 vehicle keep coming that quickly, directing towards the enemy base. How much resources and credits the player had to spend. That's why capturing the flag is very vital in this tournament. Okay, although the enemy captured it, but the enemy had hold of this battle flag for a very short time, so it will still just send infantries, which will not be a big threat for me unless he sends some jaguars, where he's already under great strain because of these constant supply of units. Although he has hawks, but still with hawks you cannot survive forever. Even if I don't do anything, if these 2 flags keep on supplying the units and I keep defending against the middle flag, he will definitely die. There is no escape from this, and this is the reality for this tournament. So you must capture the flags very quickly, and once anyone holds this flag long enough to get the vehicles, you can say it's almost impossible for the other player to recapture it, because you see how quickly the next branch of units are being sent and how heavy units are these are. So it's not even possible to defend your bases. Even if I do nothing, the hawks will not be able to win here, and they does not get any special vehicle, though. That's also I would like to mention. These are just these units, no other kinds of units, just assault vehicles and infantries. And the units order I said as 3 level 1 infantry, then 2 level 2 infantry and level 1 infantry. This is the second branch, and in the third branch they will keep sending fortress with 3 infantries, and then there will come 3 infantries, fortress and Zeus, and once that starts coming, that will keep coming. And as I have known that from this, that even if the enemy captures it, once you recaptures, you will start getting heavy units once you activated the coming of the heavy units from this flag. And I have control for this flag for pretty long time, so it's actually quite appreciating for this player that he was able to hold off such a huge army. You see how much huge they are for by just himself. Because if his units die, you will just see how quickly these units gather here. You see, there are actually lots of units. Once he is failing to hold off these units, the units are keep gathering, and you can actually have a guess of their real number. He actually killed a lot more, many times more units than I did kill. I just hold the flags and did nothing. Just I initially was a bit too aggressive. That's what I had to do. So I think that's the better strategy for this tournament. So that's all for this video.